This is what my WRX sounds like only when it's idling after it's fully warmed up. And I think it's caused by an oil flow restriction. So I'm going to test that theory by starting where the oil begins its journey upward. I already installed a new short block, but one decision I made may be coming back to bite me. I just hope I caught it in time to do something about it. So my goal today is to see how bad the oil pickup is. Because based on the oil filter, I imagine there's something in the oil pickup as well. But there's a lot to remove before I can get to the oil pan. Let's see if I can do this without spilling any oil on the pavement. Ha! First time ever. And yes, this oil is still very new. I'm gonna let it drain completely. See how much oil comes out of these tubes. Okay, some but not a lot. To get to the oil pan, I have to remove the header. So that means disconnecting everything that's attached to it. And I think that's coolant. So I am going to try and block this off and we'll see if that helps. If not, I'll just have to refill it. All right, let me get ready with a tray. Okay. I'm just gonna let it drain. My goal to not spill anything, I have failed. And this mod is unnecessary with the intake I have, the stock intake, but it's still there. All right, and another one up here. All right. And there's the other one right across from this. You won't be able to see it when I do it. Disconnect the clamp for this valve. I'm just gonna take this plug off. All right, this connector, push down on that. I was able to pull it out. Why was that one so short? Did I remove the wrong one? What did I take off? I did remove the wrong one. All right. So that's the right one. Still don't know what the other little one I took out was. Oh yeah, that'll make it easier for these to come out. I might as well take this off. So what I took out was the bolt that held this bracket in. So I'm gonna put it back in because I can disconnect that line that comes from the turbo to the left of where I'm working right now. And that reveals, oops. And that reveals a little bolt under here that I couldn't reach or see. With an extension from above is where I did it last time, I believe. Still awkward to get my fingers in there. I think both of these are 17 millimeters. I bet oil's gonna come out of this. No, I've already drained it. Cool. I'm gonna remove the post-cat oxygen sensor. Just pressed on that and it came out. There's another one right here. Right here, pre-cat oxygen sensor connection. Same deal. I tend to remove the ground strap up top because that mount tends to bend. My cat wants to get out here. But I'm gonna disconnect the cat from the rest of the exhaust. My cat started scratching at the door right as I started working on the cat. Now I think I just dropped the headers, I think. And there are 3 bolts that hold the headers to the head. And I believe it's a 14 millimeter I got on there. 1, 2, and And it's the same thing on the other side. Oh, is it coming down already? Last time I had to wrestle with it a bit. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I do gotta wrestle it a little, but I think I'm almost there. You know what? Let me get from under it. All right. I'll just set it aside for now. All the bolts are easily accessible except for this one right here. I will not be able to get it in there. Nah, so I'm gonna have to, I guess, move the engine a little bit. I don't know if my jack will get high enough to touch the transmission. Oh, come on. So I am disconnecting the motor mounts. The washers fell. My wife came out here to pick on me. I'm just kidding.
I came out to say hey.
I know, I'm just messing.
Bye.
Huh?
Bye.
Huh? Let's see if this gives me space jacking up on it. Oh, that'll do it. Just a little more. Yeah, that'll work. All right, you hear that? Let me show you what's making that noise. Hey, Axel. Hey. You cannot come out here. Nope, you gotta go. Oil pan's coming off. First time removing a Subaru oil pan. Okay, now I can let it back down and get the rest of the bolts. No wonder it's not leaking. I made the decision to not take it off because it wasn't leaking. Whatever they put on here is definitely doing its job. I don't know where the pry point is. There we go. Here we go. It's like it all decided to come at once. I'm curious to see what's going to be in here. Oh, and they definitely used a lot. Something I did notice was 2 colors of RTV. This has not been the first time this oil pan has been down. That looks to be the OEM pickup, I think. But there is stuff in the pan, and I'm kicking myself because I never looked into how bad the rings were broken. So the oil looks fine, especially for a brand new short block. But that's part of the ring. The original reason I replaced everything was the ring failure. I didn't know it did this. See that? So the lesson I've learned is to whenever I'm replacing a short block, take everything apart. Get all the random bits out. Yeah, so there's no RTV in here. I wonder how that RTV, well, maybe it wasn't much RTV and the oil filter got it all, you know? These may be seals I need to order as well. But yeah, I'm gonna save these. Make sure I clean this out real good, and I'm gonna save these parts. You know, I may do a video now tearing down the original block, because I never did that. But yeah, check that out. Definitely broken rings. How does this happen? There's a lot of RTV on here. Yeah, and there's some dark, some light. But anyway, let's see how much. Oh, wow, that was loose. I know they shouldn't be gorilla tight, but and yeah, there is a lot. Yep. These are the ring pieces, which I will keep. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I need to keep them. Check this out. So that's the O-ring, and I don't know if you can tell, but check out. I don't know what that is. That looks like RTV that wasn't cured getting sucked up. I don't know how that could happen. I'm gonna take some good pictures of that. I want to hear what other people have to say about it. And you want to know what's funny? Do I think this could affect oil flow? Yes. But, oh wow, there's another piece. Let's see if I can shake it out. Maybe, there's no maybe. This was definitely impeding oil flow. Wow, and that's one of the rings too. I mean, I'm mad at myself, but discovering this is actually pretty cool. I don't know if this is what I installed or not. Oh my God, there's a lot in here. I think I found my problem. Oh my goodness, a lot is coming out. Oh, wait a minute. Yep, that's probably RTB I scraped off. Let's see how much I can get out. This big chunk, I have no idea where this big chunk came from. So I'm not gonna go into the head. That was a lot of stuff. I need to figure out how to get this off because this is definitely not going back in. Yeah, this comes off way too easily. Oh my God, look in there. And more is coming out. Look how big this piece was. You realize how many miles I put on this thing before I replaced the short block? So all this was happening. I don't know whether to say, what do you do with Subaru or good job Subaru? Because, I mean, I probably drove this thing several hundred miles with that old block with this kind of damage. So I'm gonna wait for the new pickup to arrive. You'd think when I had the engine apart and I was turning it over on the engine stand that I would have heard this stuff, but I didn't. It was well lodged. I don't know if I'm 100% sure this is the only issue I'm having, but it definitely is an issue, and it definitely could cause the issue I was having. And I was driving that thing. I drove that thing a couple thousand, over 1,000 miles. So the new IAG one is going to arrive, but this one will go in the Hall of Shame. So I'm going to leave you with some beautiful images. And if you'd like to see the full story of this WRX, check out my playlist. And if you'd like to see me install the IAG pickup, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care.